Action.
Good afternoon, America. I'm live in Hotlanta on this July 4th weekend, and I'm here to announce the beginning of Crossing Paths. I found my calling. Today, I will attempt to merely introduce myself, what Crossing Paths is about, and what I tend to accomplish with Crossing Paths. Crossing Paths simply means that I've crossed paths between two religions, the religion of Christianity and the religion of Islam. I found my calling while crossing these two paths. I come to realize today that I would like to be known as a Christian Muslim. I say it again, a Christian Muslim. Because today I realize that through my trials and tribulations, my history, my good, my bad, my shortcomings, my prison stays, my drug binges, all of those things, I called on God as I knew Him. And I knew Him as Allah, and I knew Him as Jesus Christ. Because what is it to be a Christian? To be a Christian is someone who believes in Jesus Christ. And I believe wholeheartedly in the miracles, in the spirit of Jesus Christ, in the power of Jesus Christ. Because I've seen with my own eyes in churches all across America the power of Jesus Christ with my own eyes. So once you've seen the power, once you've seen the miracles, once you've seen Jesus and the lives that He's changed in prayer and struggle and strife, when you've seen people who believed in Jesus wholeheartedly and their lives changed and their situations got better, you too have to believe if you see the truth separates all falsehood. The truth separates all falsehood, And I've been in some of the most eloquent masjids in the world. And I've seen Muslims pray in some of the most ranked, religious, spiritual ways that I ever thought prayer could be conducted. I prayed next to all types of people. I've had Islamic dialect with all sorts of people. And it's always filled me with so much pride and instillment to be engrossed in these type of conversations. Coming from where I came, the slums of Newark, New Jersey, where I was born and bred. So today, with this revelation and this beginning of Crossing Paths, I'm sure that all of you who are listening to the sound of my voice today, or will be listening to the sound of my voice in the future, want to know, how can you call yourself a Christian Muslim? How can you even come and make the statement Christian Muslim when we know Christianity and Islam is so separate, so debatable, so hostile? But the great Abyssinian king during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, Sayyidina Muhammad from Mecca, Saudi Arabia, during the time when they were being persecuted and they were migrating from Mecca to Medina, he sent some of his people to Abyssinia to live with the Abyssinians who were Christians. And the Abyssinian king, he said to Muhammad and to the people, he said, the difference between me and you, and he drew a line in the sand. It's like this line in the sand. We are believers. We are two types of believing people. You as Muslims believe, we as Christians believe. You as Muslims worship, we as Christians worship. Even though we disagree or defer when it comes to the life of Jesus as we know Him. When it comes to the spirit of Jesus Christ as we know it. This is where all the debate stems from. And the misconception that Allah is a man. This conception that was brought forth through what we knew as the 5% Nation of Islam, the arm and leg and arm head theory, that Allah could somehow come in the form of a man and be this scientific robot, which is ridiculous. But at some point, we all, even myself, in my younger days, I entertained this theology. Peace, God, knowledge, how you see today's degree. We studied all these lessons. Master 1 to 36 and 1 to 10, Knowledge knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know, we had our own numerical system, our own alphabetical system, our own way of seeing things and doing things. This is another part of the science that I tell you about, that I'm going to be talking about. And I've been in churches, and I've dealt with Christians, and I've seen bingo in church halls. I've seen bingo in church basements. I've seen bus rides to Atlantic City and casinos. Well, we know that the law of God in the Old Testament clearly states that gambling is the admonition of God. So gambling is the admonition of God. How are we having church bus rides to the casino? How are we having bingo in a church basement? This is where I want to begin the debate. This is where I want to spark the debate. This is where I want to begin it. Today, after years and years of soul searching, contemplation, I realized that my calling is to bridge the gap between Christians and Muslims in America. Because after 9/11, the gap has gotten so much wider. It's become so much controversial. It's become so much hypocritical. I'm determined, and my mission and my goal in life today is to bridge the gap between Christians and Muslims. And I'm starting this debate by saying that I consider myself as a Christian Muslim. I am someone who believes in the spirit of Jesus Christ, and I'm someone who believes in the life of Muhammad. May peace and blessings of God be upon him. I'm someone who truly believes in both of those two entities, wholeheartedly. And I will stand and debate. I will stand and counsel, console, communicate, interact, react, whatever you want to do, however you want to spark debate, however you want to spark interest, however you want to begin to bridge this gap. I'm prepared to meet anyone, any place, anywhere, anytime, and discuss this matter and discuss myself and how I come to be a Christian Muslim. I ask myself, are you ready for this? Are you ready to be bombarded and beaten in the head with every kind of here we come, Islam, is her, she this, he this, what this, who the hell you think of you, whatever. Are you ready? But after enduring the life that I've endured, after being in the position that I've been in the majority of my life, after going through the things that I went through to get to this point that I'm willing to stand here before you today and even make this claim, lets me know that I'm ready for the war. That I'm ready for the challenge. You know, as they say, my guns is loaded and I'm ready for war. Because I believe that it's time to bridge the gap between Christians and Muslims. I don't want to make this a black thing, but it always becomes one. Because in the black community, in the black culture, Christianity and Islam is more divided than ever before. You can't even get a black Muslim and a black Christian to even sit at the same table and eat and worship together on no level. The Christians look at Muslims as them Muslims, you know, them no pork eaters, you know, them bean pie sellers, them white shirt and bow tie wearing chunks on the corner begging for $1. But Islam and the language of the Arabic, the way it was revealed to Muhammad, the life that Muhammad led, the example that he set, the example that he left, cannot be ignored by no conscious human being. Let alone a black person, a black man or a black woman. No conscious human being can ignore the life of the Prophet Muhammad Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No one can ignore it. And no Muslim who's ever came up in any type of Christian-orientated household, who's ever went to a beautiful historic church on a Sunday and the praise and worship team cut loose, ain't no Muslim can say today that their toe wasn't tapping and their spirit wasn't moved by the experience that they had in that church. No matter how you see life today, no matter how you view yourself today, no matter how you follow your religion today, no Muslim who comes from a Christian background or have Christian affiliation can say to me that they've been in the church and not been moved in some form or fashion. It's the spirit there. It's some godliness in this church if you become moved. So, that's where we begin a debate. Can a Christian come to a masjid and be enlightened and be moved? And can a Muslim go to a church on Sunday and be enlightened or moved?